Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. So this is the last Saturday of the rains retreat. Tomorrow is the Pavarna, the full moon, the last full moon before the rains retreat is over. So a lot of people are smiling now. I don't know whether they're smiling from all the samadhi they're having, or they're smiling in anticipation of no more sitting, no more 8 hours. They're free to go here and there. And I can only speak for myself. I'll say more about it tomorrow in terms of the rains retreat. But yeah, it's been a really nice retreat actually. This year it's been a bigger sangha, both bigger community, bigger sangha, more monks. Also in the lay community, quite a large lay community. Today we must have 30 people in this room, which is usually on the high side. And but it's also the highlight is punctuated by a lot of goodwill, a lot of harmony in the community. Certainly in the sangha, a lot of laughing, working together. Also in the lay community, not too much rumbling in the kitchen. So is some rumbling, which is normal. But generally it's been a lot of working together. And I find, that we don't do too much work in the rains. And there's not a lot of communal activity in terms of active participation. But we do a lot of sitting together. And I find that, it's been an incredibly cohesive feeling of deep connections with each and every one of the participants. We come, we just sit quietly together, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 2 to 4, then 6 to 8 again. Then next day, repeat, start over. And it's a nice rhythm, it's day in, day out. Some do more sitting than others, but that's just normal as well. And yes, another retreat done. A bit of activity, a bit of moving, a bit of planning, and that's also fine. It's all part of the rhythm of life. Rains retreat come, rains retreat go. This is my 24th rains retreat as a monk, and 15 or 16 rains retreat here at Wat Buddha. So lots of people coming and going, and that's kind of the perspective I'm trying to cultivate. Been a very, very interesting experience, just sitting here, watching things come and go. People come, stay for a while, some stay for a few years, some for a few days, and then they leave. Sometimes they come back, and then they leave again. And that's just part of life. We like to think that we're moving around doing things, but really we're just, wherever we go, we're just still there, just watching experience arising and passing away. Things come, stay for a while, and pass away. And sometimes we have this perception that we're the permanent one, but also it's good to remind ourselves we're also part of the whole scene. We also come, stay for a while, and pass away ourselves. Sometimes imagine what the monastery would be like 50 years from now. All the new faces coming, sitting here, meditating. And I'll be in my grave already. Most of you will be dead as well. Not a trace left. Yes. In the meantime, we do whatever we want to do in terms of, cultivating wholesome states, in terms of inclining towards the Dhamma. We'll all do our bit according to our own strengths and weaknesses, according to our own 5 spiritual qualities. It depends on how much hindrances we have, but hopefully we're doing the best we can. And it is with a lot of fondness, hopefully not too much attachment, I reflect on this past year with the monks that we have here. Some will be going on, moving on to their different destinations. Some are staying on. Some are saying they come back, but who knows? And but that's the part of, so much of it's part of life. Hopefully we learn from each other, inspire each other, look after each other the best we can. And that's all part of the practice. So I always try to remind people over and over again, it's just not the form of sitting, although it's important. It's also what we do from the minute we wake up to the minute we sleep. Where's our mind? Is it inclining towards Dhamma, inclining towards kindness and peace, inclining towards acceptance, forgiveness, letting go? Or is veering in its opposite direction of fault finding, of craving, of fear and anxiety? And I find that so much of the practice is not about either or. It's just knowing what's happening. Fear is just fear, that much. Irritation is just irritation, just that much. No more, no less. Samadhi is just samadhi. Sometimes we crave it. Oh, I didn't get my samadhi this rains retreat. Oh well, it's always next rains retreat. And as a monk, sometimes you're like, oh God, not another one. Can't take another rains retreat without samadhi. But even if without samadhi, hopefully you had some good, peaceful, pleasant sitting. And remember those. Always remember, always carry with you all the good experiences you have sitting. Collect them, cherish them, reflect on them. And the more you focus on that, you'll find the easier the mind will incline towards that the next time. Sometimes samadhi could be, people get obsessed about it, get a good experience, and of course you want to repeat it. And as a teacher, you hear so many of that story. Somebody flukes a jhana, and they've been trying to get back ever since. It's been 15 years. They're trying to get back to that jhana state that they had. And that's what I remember. Remind people to take every sitting, enjoy every sitting. Don't judge it based on the best experience you have, because then it's like, oh, another hour wasted because it wasn't peaceful. You weren't blissing out. So much of the practice, so much of meditation, it's about inclining the mind towards more contentment, inclining the mind towards more of gratitude, just happy to be sitting, happy just to have a few few moments of peace and stillness, happy to have the good karma of sitting in this room together with a group of people who are inclining towards the same thing. And that should be good enough. That should be more than good enough. That should be great. So the more we rejoice in contentment and peace, the more the mind will settle down, will incline away from the busyness, the wanting mind, the yearning mind, the craving mind, the planning mind. The mind will just happy just to be with whatever is. Samadhi is about peace and contentment. It's about enjoying what is already here. Samadhi is not about yearning, wanting for something in the future, or yearning for something in the past. Peace and stillness is the absence of the movements of the mind. So as long as we know that, then the mind realizes that it'll stop reaching out, stop pushing around, stop organizing, planning things. And it starts to just to be, to slow down, to observe, to embrace what is already here. And as the rains retreat is coming to an end, hopefully the practice is not coming to an end. Hopefully we're still cultivating wholesome states. Hopefully we're still cultivating, inclined towards Dhamma, just in a different way. Practice, life in the monastery, it's just life outside. Learning to adapt to different situations. Learning to flow with life as it is. Not trying to hold on to a thing, not holding to a perfect past, not reaching for what we think to be a perfect future, but to accept the present moment as it is, as is here, with all its imperfection, with all the irritation. It's good enough. If we're all sitting here in this room, we're all in the center, then we all have the support already for peace and stillness within us. So as the rains is coming to an end, just want to reflect on, it's been like every rains is different. Different people, different community, different energy. Last rain is 3 monks. This rain is 7. How many lay people? 5 or 6 or something. This year is at least 10, mostly. But it's always, I find, a beautiful opportunity just to sit together in peace and stillness, to cultivate the bond that we have Fondness beyond words, beyond verbal communication, sitting quietly together. And it's, sometimes it's a bit of a truism, but yeah, it's hard to know. We don't know whether we'll have another rains. We don't know whether we'll have another day. So as we cultivate our practice, good to remind ourselves that nothing is guaranteed in this world. But all we can do is inclining towards wholesome state. All we can do is cultivate, practice the Dhamma with all our strengths and weaknesses, inclining towards acceptance, including peace, inclining the mind towards generosity and acceptance. Also, as we start to move on in our different ways, inclining the mind towards forgiveness and letting go, not holding anything unpleasant. Also, eventually, not holding anything what is good as well. Just flow along with life. And it's been a great experience. It's been a beautiful last 3 months to be able to share the Dhamma hall for the community here, to get to know new people into community, and to continue cultivating a relationship with the people that we also know for a long, long time. To see community developing in different ways. Things arising, stay for a while, and pass away. But hopefully, the center, the Wat Buddha Dhamma, will continue to be a place that encourages people to come and practice, a place that allows people to cultivate wholesome states, to cultivate the Buddha and the Dhamma for a long, long time. So we move on our different ways. Hopefully, we carry something, the deep peace that Buddha Dhamma represents, the beauty and the joy, the happiness of the practice. Hopefully we carry that with us. I always encourage people to take a bit of the monastery home with you, not to throw it all away as soon as you leave. Carry the Buddha, carry the monastery back home, carry the monastery within you, carry the Buddha within you, his peace and stillness, his wisdom and generosity. And sometimes we're lucky that way. People come and they're really good, best behavior when they come. What they do when they leave that gate, who knows? I've been told they're less than perfect. When they come to the monastery, we represent the best in human. That's the beauty of being able to stay here for a long, long time, to experience. And after a while, the mind inclined towards that. It's easier, people say it's easier to meditate in the monastery because there's a wholesome energy, you can feel it. The wholesome intention that all people are coming here with. So I'll say more about it tomorrow because we have a longer time to reflect on it tomorrow. But yeah, it's been a great rains retreat, and I offer much gratitude and express my joy at seeing the community practicing in peace and harmony and acceptance and support each other. So I offer that for your reflection tonight.
Saru Karam Dharam